Welcome to episode 85 of the current Backloggers. The date is December 11th. I'm your host, Casey P. I'm my good friend co-host, Cody G. Cody, how's it going?
Good. OBS is not good though. When you did that, the desktop audio, I've never seen it do that before. The whole thing went red. It had like a line through it. So you peaked the fuck out of that.
I didn't even think that one was that bad, aside from me mixing up September and December and just throwing them into one word.
Well, that's an easy one. September 11th, December 11th.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Oh, I thought that's what you were going with.
No, I wish I was being clever or trying to make a joke, but I was literally looking at the note that said December and then started saying September.
Now, do you think December 11th is that like the Japanese and the Al Qaeda getting together, doing their own thing?
I'd imagine so. What have you been up to?
Just work, and that's about it, man.
Just work?
Work and editing videos. About it.
Yeah, I saw you put up your Torg video.
That's right, man. I said I won it, but I did, and I probably shouldn't have. I uploaded it. Uploaded it. First of all, it's got like no views, of course. Anything I upload, but immediately lost a subscriber. I feel like they read the title of it and they're like, "Jesus, this guy, what the fuck?" They looked at my parody thumbnail and they're like, "Nah, fuck this. I'm out of here."
Great. You've been gaining subscribers pretty fast.
Yeah, it's losing them fast too. I guess. I don't know.
Did you lose more than the one?
No. I just the thumbnail, I feel like the thumbnail and the title is probably what killed it. I don't know. I don't ever understand the science of it.
I don't know. I've been making some amazing single follower.
Yeah, let's see, I'm gonna look at yours. I feel like there was one in particular. Yeah, it was the Double Dragon. I think it's the Double Dragon one. That's probably my favorite one.
Did you like the ones the TSA episode? Everyone that you'd be a fan of.
The Chuck E. Cheese one's good too there. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Is that AI?
Bingo.
Oh, dude, that's wild. I didn't know you did. That's what I did for my thumbnail too. Was I just typed in shocked fat nerd.
Yeah,
Because I'm so tired of these fucking thumbnail videos that you see on some of these videos.
Yeah, it's I wasn't like, ooh, that's a good one. I was just trying to find AI doing some dumb shit. I put a TSA superhero and they gave me that.
That's awesome. They are superheroes. I'm surprised you had to AI that. There's probably tons of documentation and photos and videos of them being absolute heroes. Basically, I mean, they're federal agents, so you know, the FBI, TSA, they're all together. Basically the same thing.
I wonder how many of our episodes have TSA rants in it.
God, just every day of my life. I told someone yesterday, actually. Well, this wasn't even 24 hours ago. This was like at 1 a.m. last night. I hadn't talked to this guy in like 10 years, and we just started gaming again. And I told him like within probably 2 hours of talking to him for the first time in 10 years. I was like, yeah, dude, first thing I would do as president, I would fucking defund TSA. They would be out of here. He was for it. He said he'd vote for me.
It's funny that you said it's an everyday thing when you've flown probably like a handful of times in your life. You're not like somebody that flies all the time, and I'm not either. Making fun of you, but it's funny that it's not like we're people that fly all the time. It's an everyday thing.
It's just a blatant, like, obvious, constant, like they're pissing on the Constitution, and no, everyone just hops in line. Pop figure, and then they just fucking on the go, and then just putting them in there, you know, packing them in. And everyone has a TSA story. Like that guy I told that to, he immediately was like, "Oh yeah, dude, this most recent time I had an awful time." I was like, "What happened?" And he he had a cowboy hat, which is awesome, but it's like a really expensive cowboy hat, and they wouldn't let him carry it through the scanner. So they put it through the beeper, and then like the TSA agent, like he was kind of like, "Hey, just heads up, this is like kind of expensive, whatever." Like, and the TSA agent then, when it came through the belt, he took it off the belt and then just started shouting in the line, "Who has a cowboy hat? Whose cowboy hat is this?" And the guy, he said he was like 4 feet from him. He's like, "That's mine. You know that we were just talking over there." And they just kept getting louder with it. "Whose is this?" And they're just not pretending like he couldn't see him. "I don't know whose this is. Whose expensive cowboy hat is this?" I was like, Jesus, man, what the fuck? And then he was like, "Hey, don't be an asshole, man. Just give me my hat." And then another TS agent ran over and was like, "Dude, he seriously didn't know who that belonged to, man. We were just wondering whose it was." He's like, "You fucking know who it was. I just gave it to you."
This sounds like I think you should leave bit.
Damn it, dude. Fuck TSA, dude. Jesus Christ. Everyone has a retarded story. Like, ask anybody. If you're listening to this, or Casey, whenever you're out and about, ask people like, "Hey, fucking next time you're at the cash register,
I
hey,
think
what's
this is how you think about and talk about every day. Just next
hey,
time you're out and about, ask that people.
hey, excuse me, you ever had a crazy? Nobody likes them, by the way, too. Everybody fucking hates them. Um, yeah, ask them next time you see them. Like, "Hey, what's got any cool TSA stories?" Just every time like that, it's just fat bodies being antagonistic like that.
It's funny because like I say I feel the same way as you do, and I don't have a story. I'm not somebody. Oh, I like him, or I think they do a
You do
great
have a
job.
story though.
What is it?
They sang "Happy
Oh yeah.
Birthday" and were high fiving and
Yeah,
God damn it.
I'm glad other people were there because that definitely sounded like a fake story. Like I undercover do love them. No, they're terrible. Oh yeah, I was there and they were singing "Happy Birthday." They fucking suck.
Also, next time you're at the TSA line, look around. How many of those people you think could stop somebody? They are scraping the barrel for these people. They're all like police flunkies, military flunkies. Can't stand those idiots. That would be that is exactly what I'd run on too. It's like, what are you gonna do about the economy? Like, I just literally like I have one focus, man. I have one focus. I'm gonna get in the White House. Done. TSA is gone. I don't even know how. I don't even know the process of it, but I will. They will be gone. So what's a political fair, ma'am? I don't. I literally just don't give a shit. I just TSA number one.
Yes,
You
it
know
is
when
number one. You might want to make sure you get your message straight.
defunding TSA. I think you remember how Bush used to do those speeches, like real crazy speeches about terrorist groups and how we're gonna get rid of them and stuff. That would do the same thing for TSA. Like fire chat. What is it? Fireside chats with America, and I would just.
It's funny you
Oh,
referenced him and terrorists. What started TSA?
yeah, that
Did in the
fucking idiot, huh?
reverse.
Yeah, he just gets to live now and just paint things. He just gets to kill 1 million Iraqis and paint in Texas. How many countries has he wanted into? There's like a crazy amount of countries that if he flew to, he'd probably be arrested. Have you ever heard about that?
No.
And it's not even like I don't. If I'm remembering correctly, it's not like Iran or North Korea or something. Um, let me see this. Wanted. I don't even know. Fuck. This is May 24th, 2022. Exclusive. ISIS plotting to assassinate George W. Bush. So here it is. It's Dick Cheney and George W. Bush. Fact. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. Former President George W. Bush and the former Vice President are unable to visit Europe due to outstanding warrants. And I guess it's I'm trying to see here. Arrest warrants Interpol, the international police force for not listening. So this might have just been a meme from like 10 years ago. I'm just repeating. That's awesome.
Maybe
But
that's why I didn't hear about it.
Bush not allowed.
Have you checked Club Jihad? See if they have any
There's a few countries he'd go to. He'd be definitely a celeb jihad. I don't know. I'd have to. This is just awful podcasting, but yeah, I swear there's some countries he's not allowed to go to, but I might just be retarded. But he also gets to kill a million Iraqis and just. I'm a painter now. I wasn't Dick Cheney's puppet. What? Dude, remember when everyone had their own President Bush impersonation?
Oh yeah.
I was never good at it. I'm awful at it, but that was a thing. Was it Frank Caliendo? I feel like that dude started something.
Right, good George Bush.
Terrorists, Qaeda, they're all bad.
You came closer than Ida.
Qaeda, Katrina, they're both K's. Terrorism. What an idiot that guy was, huh? Let's just invade Iraq. That'll be so fucking. That'll go so smooth. I work with a few veterans too that were there, and so it's so interesting to talk to them. Realize how much of a shit show it was. God damn, dude, that was a wild time. I remember, like, I had this friend. His parents, they were watching. They were like watching the invasion of Iraq, and it was the shock and all. We're gonna shock and all them. When that was all going on, and they were sitting in front of the TV and they're like cheering, hell yeah! And there's like explosions were going off on like live feeds of the invasion. I wasn't there for it. A friend had retold me the story, and I was like, damn. In third grade, we had to write a paper too. I had to write a paper, and it's like about a year before the invasion. It was like, should we invade Iraq? And I knew something was fucked then, Casey, because I was like, because I was the teacher, like, yeah, these are the 9/11 bad boys, right? She's like, no, these aren't the 9/11 bad boys. I was like, oh, these guys helped the 9/11 bad boys, didn't they? They were in on it, huh? They gave them the plans. It's like, no, they had none, they actually don't like each other. I was like, what the fuck? So I still don't know why we did it, but we did it, you know. I wish I could go read that paper again. I wish I had that paper, dude. I was an idiot too. I like supported the Iraq invasion. And like I would get into arguments and shit. I had this one friend, him and his parents would rent out booths at local festivals and would hand out flyers about why 9/11 was an inside job. And that same group of friends too told me I wasn't allowed to listen to U2 and be a fan of U2 because I supported the Iraq invasion and President Bush. But yeah, I used to argue like, no, you don't understand. Like we owe this to the Iraqis. We destroyed their country, so now we have to be here. We have to support them. But then in hindsight, it's like, damn, they were onto something. I was an idiot. Thinking about some of those dumbass arguments I used to have. But yeah, Iraq invasion, huh? This video game podcast.
Okay, you want to share any other thoughts about work, TSA, or the Iraq War?
Shouts out to Liz Cheney, dude. She's getting the fuck out of there, huh? She disappeared. She's gone, right? I haven't heard from her in forever. She didn't get reelected too, right?
I was gonna say you said.
I don't think she is. Liz Cheney. What is she doing, huh? Eating children? Her and her dad sharing a toddlers. Hey, Dad, can you hand me another plate of that burnt Iraqi child? Mmm.
Become in zombie form to eat this.
He's still alive, isn't he?
Died last year.
No, I think he's still alive. Changed her. Yeah, he's still alive
He's
somehow.
still
That you even said like he's a zombie. He actually was. That wasn't there a rumor
yeah,
people
he's
were
still
following him
alive.
around with like doctors and shit would follow him around.
Not sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure dudes would follow him around with like crash carts and shit. Um,
I don't know who I was.
I don't know. Maybe she's still in office. I don't. Vice Chair, House of the January 6th Committee. Yeah, I could trust you on that one, Liz. Fucking rhinos. But yep, that's it. That's all I've been up to. You won't hear this on any other podcast, by the way, a video game podcast.
I don't know about any podcasts.
Oh,
Yeah,
speaking of that,
sorry.
speaking of this shit, shouts out Alex Jones is back on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that. Actually, about this being, saw that point out him Twitter.
It made me like him more.
I don't know if it's because he finds him. Sure, you don't want to talk about anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. I've been working as well. OT again. Tax. It's been nice being able to do that and missing so much time. Still haven't. I was up for all the time I missed money wise, but at least got some of it. Um, I went to. I talked last week. Obviously, people didn't hear, but I went to my appointment, potential back surgery, and the guy told me that if I was having that extreme leg pain that I was having, where it shoots all the way down my leg, then he would recommend the surgery. But if it's just the back pain, ironically, the back surgery won't help the back pain; it'll help the leg pain. So he said he doesn't want me to have surgery unless it's necessary. He wants me to go back to physical therapy and start that all up again. Um, Obviously, I didn't want to do surgery, but just kind of sucked out physical therapy again. Already did that, and sure it helped, but I also ended up with this kind of same thing again. And definitely not the smart thought, but part of me was like, man, I had to have like 6 weeks off after I do the surgery. So much games. But as I just pointed out, I also am way behind on money because of all the time I missed. So definitely not the smart. I'll be starting physical therapy again. See how that goes. But besides that, we stuff I've been up to. We finished our weekly show. About what we've been watching. Stream the Game Awards. Talk about that, and then you weren't there.
I speaking of that, I went and watched a little bit of it.
How did you?
Checking on you. Yeah, the audio, your audio. I don't know about the live stream, but the rewatching the VOD, as the kids say. The Game Awards audio and your audio are pretty low.
Did you start from the beginning, or did you go?
Yeah, I was there a few times when you adjusted it too. It would get a little louder, but nothing too crazy.
One time I adjusted it. So hard to tell without myself. I was there, setups, phones, and whatnot. Tell,
Yeah.
but real tough at the news section. Saw a couple movies. Theater experience. Those stories. Um, we went.
That militant tism was pretty. That would be a hard one to top.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I'd like to have another story. Um, Went to Christmas stuff. Clifton Hill here. near Dayton. We go there and we went on a Friday night, so I don't know if that's the issue. I took my niece and nephew. They were real ridiculous and over the top the whole car ride. But the place was so busy that you could barely see stuff, and we went there every year, and it wasn't like that. So I don't know, too busy now, too well known, or if we just went. I don't know. Thinking back, if we maybe went actual days when kids and families can't really go, obviously. Kind of similar. We went to the zoo lights last night. I've gone there every year. It was so busy that every line to get open, and probably 100 people in each line at the zoo.
Oh, just heads up, I can hear your fingers on the mic.
Like, let me see if I can tighten it. That's why I was holding it. All right. A lot tighter. um. Okay. There we go. But yeah, we went to the zoo lights last night, and the lines are so crazy to get in. And once you got in, there was most of the outdoor enclosures or the animals are obviously not there during the winter.
Cease.
Yeah, exactly. And then all the indoor ones, you can usually walk in. There's some waiting. There's probably 100 people to get into each building. And then every booth, like the hot chocolate stuff, have massive lines. So we were there for about an hour and a half and left. Pretty sad
Damn.
for Christmas lights that we do every year, but still got a couple more weeks. Better luck going. And the only other thing I was up to was probably the biggest thing, which was the MLS Cup. I went on a little bit of a rant last week about how much bullshit it was, but I was lucky and got a ticket. And my sister actually won a raffle. She had to pay for it, but to get 2 tickets. So me, her, and one of our friends went. We won the fucking cup. It was really amazing. It was stadium holds 20,000 people, and there's over 23,000 because there were so many people there. It has standing room only, and it was the craziest I've ever seen this stadium. The Nordeck, I know you know about it. The section we're in, it's standing room only. That's where like the supporters are, so everybody's cheering, singing. That's where the drums are. That's usually just that section doing that, unless the person in the rest of the stadium joins in, like clapping or whatever. But the entire game, almost every single person stood up the entire game, was doing it, and the loudest I've ever heard the stadium. Fucking awesome. Will Ferrell was in town, part owner of LAFC, and you didn't watch the game, right? You were sleeping.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I'm glad, because I'm going to ask you this. So they had 2 celebrities come out to carry the cup to the field at the beginning of the game, one from each city. Columbus had Buster Douglas, which is one of the most successful boxers. So pretty impressive. Who do you think LA would have? A team that's from Hollywood and part owner is Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I would assume Will Ferrell, right?
Feel like that would be better than what they got, and you think that he would have like endless contacts, be like, "Hey, come do this with me." But instead, they had Colin Hanks, son of Tom Hanks. Now, I mean, I like him. Yeah, all the stars.
Fuck.
And how does Columbus have a bigger star than LA coming out?
Colin Hanks. Was he the rapper?
No, he's the actor. I like him. He's in Orange County, great movie.
Oh, dude, Orange County is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, he's also underrated in Dexter. He's a great character, so I like him. Hating on that, I just was out fucking mind blown that Columbus had a bigger star come out than LA.
I never knew that was Tom Hanks' son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of. I always thought he kind of looked creepy like him, and Just remind me.
I still have I'm pretty sure somewhere around here is my original copy of Orange County.
Yeah, you should watch it. I feel like not. They'll probably.
Yeah. Dude, that movie is so fucking funny.
But it was an amazing experience. It was. I could go on and on. We're not doing the podcast right. I'm just throwing them in here. Do you have anything you want to talk about from the week?
No.
The only thing I had, I don't think I talked about it. Would have been a few jokes. I know when I went to, we were in the hotel and we watched a movie with Will Ferrell. I run. He plays a dog. Do you remember the trailer?
Strays. This sounds familiar.
Will Forte's in it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely our humor. Definitely like Ted or something. So if you go into it critically, you could destroy this movie. It's not very impressive, but if you go into it just for laughs, it was fucking great. And I'm sure everybody has Peacock. It's on Peacock. Um, I'd say it gets worse as it goes. I think it's all good, but I think the first half is better. There was many times I was just like kind of chuckling, but there was a few doing laugh. So as long as you're not going too into it too critically, but that's all I had. Any corrections, question, or feedback?
Nah.
And the obvious one is that episode 84 didn't happen because my audio didn't record. I was talking during the stream. People want me to upload the episode with just your audio.
I heard you say that. Yeah, that sounds so schizophrenic. Especially because I was high off pain pills too, so be even funnier.
I thought about trying to do my audio and match out like I just that'd be fun. Try and put what I kind of remembered. I don't know if my skills are that good. I feel like I'd mess it up.
That'd be awesome.
I'll think about it. I'll maybe just put up at some of the stuff we referenced. But as always, you can send a corrections, question, or feedback to current back. I guess I could touch on one. The most recent episode of the game rank I put up. For some reason, after the intro, there's like 2 minutes of silence and a black screen talking about my great editing skills. And it happened on YouTube and the podcast. So I don't know what that was. And I would have went back and edit, but there was nothing missing. I don't know how that got. I looked to make sure if it cut off the beginning. Got to re-edit it, I would have done it. But it's literally just like 3 minutes of blackness goes into the show. So I'd like to say it was being. So we can get to the new.
Okay. All right. Let me switch over here. The first news is this is from what is this? What is this website? WDW News Today. Disney,
Choke.
the worldwide leader in Disney park news.
You made me choke
Then
because I saw this. I was being fair. I was like, this first place I saw, I'm sure a better one game website. But I was like, it's where I first feel like I should put it in here. But I was like, Cody's gonna be all over this.
yeah, this just sucks. I went to their homepage, and their top article right now is a review of the Get Cozy in the Soft Fleece Sleeping Beauty Castle Spirit Jersey at Disneyland Park. And then here's a video. Their top video right now is racist Disneyland guest yells at other guests for speaking Spanish in America. I'm sure that is the full story in that title. It's exactly what happened. Let's see. There's a review here for Ursula's Tiki Mug. It debuts at Trader Sam's Grotto at Walt Disney World Resorts. Who the fuck is reading this shit? You won't be a poor unfortunate soul. You will be if you fucking go to Disney for more than once in your life. That place rapes your wallet. If you can get your hands on the new blue Ursula Tiki mug, available for a limited time. The FOMO, dude! I'm gonna give me 6 of these fucking the blue Ursula Tiki mugs. I'm gonna get 6 of them and pee in all of them. Fucking Jesus, man. So anyways, over here at WDW News today, um, this article about the Donkey Kong Country expansion is quotes in Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan has officially announced its grand opening window. Donkey Kong Country will officially make its way to Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan in spring 2024. But and it also, this is the land expansion will include a new Donkey Kong themed roller coaster. I was like, this is very, very Casey thing. So I'm sure Japan gets it. We'll get it in a few years after or something.
Yeah, that's
We
what
talked about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go, my friend.
I was just gonna say we talked about they needed more things at these places too, more big rides.
Yeah, it's definitely way. I talked about it because it's very odd to not call it Mario World when all you had was Mario. So I was on Nintendo World. I think Donkey Kong. I'm kind of surprised it didn't in the next park stuff. Maybe not rides, but experience stuff like doing. Definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be a huge bummer if we don't. We plan to go to Japan, but it's gonna happen.
All right, the next article is from IGN, a normal gaming website. EA Sports College Football still on track for summer 2024, following lawsuit settlement. So this is they pulled a quote from Pete Nakos, whoever that is, from one of his Twitter account. I'm sorry, his X account. The Brand R Group and the One Team partners have reached a settlement agreement in the lawsuit regarding EA Sports. From EA spokesperson, quote, "We are pleased to move forward on from these claims and look forward to delivering esports college football in summer 2024." In an interview with ESPN last year, EA revealed that in addition to using real-world college football players in the game, EA Sports College football will include several returning features, including Dynasty Mode and Road to Glory, which I feel back in the day when people played these games, Road to Glory was something I heard them, because I never played these games. I feel like I heard that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I was laughing because I definitely thought go. Um, yeah, I'm just so glad to hear that. Like it could be happening. We talked about it. How many players top tier like these other players are, but I felt like that what was bound to happen. I feel like kind of a slippery start paying players because everybody's gonna deserve more. And I mean, it sucks for those players because I'm already making millions. I feel like it's hard to argue like a third string offensive lineman could be getting paid more than top tier starting quarterback thing. I feel like unless you're a top tier player, if you're a backup player that's more than likely never going to be in the NFL, I feel like not only would you be happy with your name, getting a little bit of money for it would be fucking awesome.
Well, I think I need to look back at this article, but I believe that wasn't the case either. The article refutes or whatever that the $500 thing was not true.
To say what?
No, I thought it'd be like case by case, you know.
Yeah, I just think that'd be so hard to handle when you have those numbers. They have every college hard to make that and after that.
Okay, here it is. Following a lawsuit last June, the agency argued the compensation for student athletes who licensed their likeness for the game was far below market value. It reported earlier this summer that if players opted in to have their likeness used, they would receive the $500. We are pleased that Brand decided to withdraw their claims without any payment from EA. An EA spokesperson told IGN, blah, blah, blah. We've been clear from the beginning that this suit has no merit. It continues to focus directly on licensing individual college athlete names and likeness rights through an opt-in program that will give college athletes a choice if they want to be in our game. So I guess that was total horseshit made up by Brandar Group is what EA is saying. So it looks like these players, if you want to be in our game, go through this way and do it. And be case by case, it sounds like. If I'm reading this correctly.
Sure, if it's that or you opt in. So that'd be fair by
Yeah, but I feel like you have like guys you know, Marvin Harrison or something like comes to mind. Probably drop some dollars on him.
yeah, I just wonder. I feel like that's where it's hard to manage top tier player because not a lot of Harrisons, but there's a lot of very good players. When you can potentially make $20 million a year as a college football player, like Harrison really can, or you have your like get a little off. But obviously, somebody.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
All right. So I have some other news here. This is so sad, dude. I literally am gonna cry reading this. This is another IGN article. Um, oops, I just closed out of it. That's smooth. Uh, Bungie devs said atmosphere is quote soul crushing amid layoffs, cuts, in fear of total Sony takeover. Sources say they were told by leaders that the current split board structure is contingent on Bungie meeting certain financial goals. So if Bungie, as long as they stay profitable, Sony will stay. Well, they'll keep that split in the board. Oh, here we go. Okay, so are you ready? Clearly, I'm being dramatic, but this shit. I was doing something. I stopped and like had to Google. I was like, "There's no fucking way this is what actually happened." Um, So they're reducing numerous morale events, such as cooking and knitting classes, from monthly to quarterly. So the Bungie employees will now have to wait quarterly to receive their cooking and knitting classes. They've also cut down on gift cards for employees' birthdays. Now, this has resulted in a massive decay in morale with the company, according to IGN sources. One of whom told us that the mood within the studio has been soul crushing over the last month. And then once more, sources we spoke to pointed that many of Bungie's employees who were laid off were beloved community leaders within the studio, including many who spearheaded employee inclusion and support efforts. Several people we spoke to expressed anger at the layoffs of Bungie's general counsel, Don McGowan, who played a key role in Bungie winning historic suit against a player who harassed a Bungie developer. So I was like, oh, let me go into that. Like, I'm going to read into this because there's no fucking way. So essentially, this guy was an internet troll, and annoyed the fuck out of these people about Bungie doing their diversity shit. And he was calling like people's phones and calling their wife's phones. And then Destiny won a $500,000 damages from this guy, by the way. And the information he had was public information, mind you. He just sounds like a troll asshole. Don't tell the fucking lolcows that you can sue people and win $500,000, by the way, because it seems like anybody that has any sort of fame, this happens to them on the internet. But let me see. So Comer is the name of the guy. He his group name I'll mention here is pretty fucking great. Comer's campaign of racist terrorism against the Bungie's employees began when an unnamed community manager highlighted the contributions of black community members as part of the company's quote My Destiny 2 Stories initiative. The decision to spotlight the work of a person of color incensed Comer, who proceeded to call the employee's personal phone and leave hideous and bigoted voicemail messages. He then went on to contact that person's spouses with similarly hateful messages, all while using the fake name Clay Bramston. The defendant also repeatedly asked for Bungie to create an in-game option that would allow persons of color to be killed. That is awful. That is so sad. After sending the initial messages, Comer then sent a virtually inedible, Casey. This guy's a fucking racist terrorist, by the way, too, in case you're wondering. Virtually inedible pizza orders to the Bungie's employees' homes. Dude, I know enough. Please do not tell Gothic King Cobra and Cyrax that you can sue people for this shit. Because those dudes would be rolling in the fucking dough. And then they could take that dough and make a virtually inedible pizza. Which, mind you, is some of my favorite Gothic King Cobra shit. They will send him pizzas without, like, pizza sauce. Just shit like that. I really want to know what the ingredients was on that. That's what we should do. We should order call up the place. I need the Bungie special. I need the virtually inedible pizza. While placing the order, Comer directed that the driver knock loudly at least 5 times. No, 5 times? Resonating in the delivery note that the customer would be wearing headphones. What a fucking terrorist, dude. Comer also made the orders payable on delivery in an attempt to incite conflict between the employee and the deliverer. Dude, who hasn't fucking done that since in middle school? Like, right? I feel like we all knew somebody that ordered a shit ton of pizzas to someone's house as a joke.
I've heard of many people doing it. I've never done it.
I knew a couple kids that did it, and it was hilarious. Then they had to go to the restaurant, work at the restaurant, and pick gum off the tables and clean dishes. It was hilarious. Having tracked the order remotely, Comer then called Kay Doe, telling her to enjoy the pizza. Once again, signing off as Clay Bramston. Comer's intent was to terrify the victim and place them in fear of physical violence by making it clear that their aggressors knew they and their families knew where they lived. Public information, by the way. Your phone numbers, your address, all public information. I'm pretty sure phone numbers are public information. It's pretty easy to find people's phone numbers. There's a way to get off those lists, pay companies to get, like, celebrities. Celebrities usually do that, right? But it's pretty easy to find. This guy wasn't fucking hacking into their databases and breaking into their homes. He ordered pizzas to your house and left you voicemails. And Bungie won $500,000. Because, mind you, it's because the guy never showed up to court. He never showed up to court, so they immediately just awarded it to them. And these people were acting like this guy getting fired. He spearheaded this campaign against this racist terrorist. We're at a loss at Bungie. I can't even take knitting classes. Quarterly. They can do them quarterly now. But then so then he would leave. Comer then followed up on the threat by leaving further voice messages filled with, Casey, are you ready for this? High volume, menacing sounds. But I guess he was part of a group called the Terror Gang, so maybe that's why he was a terrorist. And terror is spelled. They used an O. So these guys are just like Discord trolls, and Bungie won $500,000 off of a couple voicemails and a virtually inedible pizza. Sounds like a South Park episode, dude. I would have sucked dicks to work at Bungie back in the day. I now would suck dicks to not work at Bungie. But yeah, so we go on. So that's the hero. That's the hero that Bungie just fucking can, dude. All right. It's a fucking decay. It's a massive decay in morale, Casey. Others laid off included a notable number of members of Bungie's diversity and inclusion clubs, including co-heads of Pride at Bungie, Women at Bungie, Accessibility at Bungie. When combined with other resource cuts, these dismissals have led to fear these clubs might be shut down. Who the fuck is going to the Women at Bungie club? Pride at Bungie, accessibility at Bungie. Why researching, you know what it is? These companies, they struggle and they need money. The first thing they fucking throw out is worthless shit that's costing the company money. Do you want your women at Bungie, accessibility at Bungie clubs, or your fucking diversity, all of those clubs? Or do you want to be fucking employed? Do you want Bungie to stay open, or do you want knitting classes? Granted, they did take away something like they went from like 100% on their bonuses down to 80%. But contractually, Bungie is only required to do the 80%. This is so fucking blown way out of proportion by these fucking losers over there, dude. This shit pisses me off, Casey. I can't even believe IGN wrote this already. Someone sent me that email and I worked at IGN and be like, go fuck yourself. Wah. Wah. Where the fuck were you when you were telling these people go learn code? Remember when that was a big push? Go learn code. Fucking babies. What is this? I better be careful, dude. Bungie's gonna sue me next, dude. They're gonna send me virtually inedible pizzas, huh? Let me see. It says IGN noted that the public news articles announcing women at Bungie and accessibility at Bungie on its own official blog were no longer accessible on the Bungie website. It's unclear exactly why, when, or why this happened, or if it's just an unintentional, reoccurring bug with the blog. I think it was Terror Gang, dude. I think that dude's back. He's coming in. He's hacking Bungie's websites and taking down their accessibility at Bungie. I think that's what Terror Gang's out there, dude. Could you imagine working at this place, huh? Fuck. Goodbye, Sony, huh? It's a goodbye for Sony, and a lot of fucking Bungie employees are gonna be saying goodbye too. Oh, it's just so soul crushing over here. But yeah, so anyways, in other news, that's it. In other news, if you work at Bungie, polish up those resumes and put down the fucking crochet in the knitting and learn how to code. Oh, you better go learn how to code. Oh no. I mean, also, if you are on a diversity, if your fucking job is diversity or whatever these check boxes are for the companies to feel good about themselves, if you're on one of those, let it be known. If a company needs to cut money, they are coming for you first. Because that is Bungie dump their asses, huh? But yep. So I just these crybabies. Like, do you want to still work at Bungie, or do you want to keep diversity and inclusion for a few months until they close the doors?
So, So do you think it's all obviously all the knitting and all that stuff? I didn't actually see any of that. I couldn't tell if that was a parody because it's so ridiculous. If it's actually in there.
Oh, it's actually in there, dude. That was in the fucking leak from Bungie. And then they're like, also our managers are being so rude to us when we asked them. We said they were asking questions like, "Hey, are any more people going to be laid off?" And they're like, "We don't know." And they're like, "How? They're not even answering us on that because they don't fucking know. What do you mean? How do you think layoffs work?" Fucking, oh, my AC, my manager wasn't a fortune teller. He couldn't tell me the future. It's a fucking, it's, oh my god, inedible pizzas, Casey. Oh, I can't work here.
um,
Ugh. Oh my god, I can't get a gift card for my birthday from my company, dude. How many companies do that? I don't know any companies that do that. That was another funny one.
I get a gift card every birthday, Cody.
Do you?
Yeah, it's very small. I'm not complaining. That's why card
Yeah,
is not Bungie.
but yeah, dude. Oh my god.
So do you think it's all overblown, like the beginning about a hostile takeover?
So the hostile takeover is not really like a hostile takeover, right? They had this agreement. Hey, if you guys aren't profitable, we're gonna have to come in here and manage this shit. We just spent all this money, and they agreed to it. So I think it's gonna happen if
Yes, that's
they
why I
don't
put
do
in
what they're
here
told.
crazy thing. All reports about how when Bungie joined some top dog, intentional pun there, like coming in $40 game. Sure you've heard about it on Sacred Symbols. Funny seeing the team that's supposed to be like the top tier team potentially taken over immediately. Crazy to think about when the days of like Halo and Prime and Bungie, everybody. I feel like even when Sony acquired them, everybody must have been trying for that. And now the something drastically changed.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know. I think when you games as a service, when that's the only thing you have is Destiny, um, and it doesn't go well, this is what happens when one expansion doesn't go well. You lose your knitting club and diversity inclusion clubs.
Might not be the best sign that the only known thing we have of there on the games of service. I think it was when I left the old marathon, but can't imagine the prize of it was. And marathon, the
Yeah.
old one had basic death match, I think, if I remember right, and then campaign, and they're kind of just using on name. Competitive free to play game.
And it and Sony was nice enough to let them keep their board too. I guess this doesn't normally happen, right? When companies buy other companies, you kind of just become like a little piece for their boards. The fact they let them do this for this long, could you imagine those like executives in Japan? Like we're in Japan, the country that of like working 100 hours a second, people falling asleep on the subway, and like being a company man and like doing the best. Like even if you're a janitor, you put in ungodly hours and you bust your ass, and that's expected of you. And you're supposed to sleep 30 minutes a night and be a crack. That's not how it should operate, by the way. I'm not in defense of that. But could you imagine like, oh, let me look here. Oh, oh, knitting club. Oh, oh. And they're gonna come right in there and fucking manage their shit out of them. They're gonna be counting paper clips. I think it cuts out your laugh too. So I'm always like, shit. Do you like this, or am I being an idiot here? Are we canceled? Um, but yeah.
Um, well, before we continue, is YouTube actually suppressing us? What's happening? I don't think they pay attention to our channel, but is it like algorithm realizing the things we talk about or something? because it's actively taking likes away. Nobody's getting notifications. They said when we post a video or go live.
Do they have their the bell? Did they click the bell? Did they smash the bell?
Or people told me they did and they didn't get a notification.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they actually care about our channel and just want system wide. If it's like, say, file this down the line.
I don't know. I haven't said anything crazy this episode. I think it's crazy that Bungie lost their diversity and equity and knitting club, and that is absolutely crazy. That kid Terror Gang spelled with a 0. That is fucking basically Al Qaeda. So I support them. That's nuts, dude.
Did you watch the Game Awards on your own or look up any?
Yeah,
Did.
yeah. I figured that was the next part of the news. If you wanted,
Yeah, I mean, I kind of rambled on for like 3.5 hours. Go off what talk about what you thought.
okay. Well, Jesus, man, wasn't there like something about accessibility or something like an accessibility award? There's
Yeah,
so
I
many
feel like
awards I just could not give a shit about.
that was go if I remember right. I know there was something.
Some sort of shit like that, and then it goes on. Like it felt nutty because remember they fucking said like the influencer of the year or whatever, and they brought out that dystopian robot lady. Do you remember this? The anime, like the anime.
Oh yeah, no.
Ah,
I
thank you
tried to get
guys
that
for
out of my
voting for
mind.
me.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was
I've
fucking
known one
awful.
person that actually watches that kind of stuff. I have so many questions. I'm like, what is this? But I don't know who the fuck that had to be a meme, right? You voting for that person?
I hope so. I uh I didn't know anything about that. Little watched it. I didn't know what was
Yeah.
happening.
So it's usually like somebody that's not attractive, and then they'll just use like anime. They'll talk, and then the anime girls will. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I love it. And they all talk like this, and it's all positive and flowers, and no sense of like. There's no personality. I remember back in the day there was like a dog one that was on Twitch, like 2016, 2017 or something. But yeah, so those two things, and then there was like a scene where it was like the next game is for deaf people, and then they had the girls signing and running. I was like, dude, the fuck? All games are for deaf people. I I don't. What the fuck is this?
I think I said that on stream.
Yeah, that was a little like, oh, I see what we're doing here. Awesome. Did you get your tap on the back, Keely? That was crazy. And then you had fucking God, people are calling it the Black Panther Prince of Persia.
That
Did you see that trailer, the Prince of Persia, the Lost Crown?
Yeah, saw it.
Yeah, I don't know, that looks awful, man. That Ubisoft's in a bad place. I'm really concerned about their knitting clubs. I think that shit is they're circling the drain right now. I can't because the new Assassin's Creed didn't do well. This does not look well. Ubisoft unlisted I don't know if they put another one up. They unlisted the fucking trailer. I had to follow a link to get to this trailer. And the few comments they allowed on here are just shitting on it. Like this one, still baffled they went with this horrible character design for the prince. If you guys look it up, it's literally hip hop fucking hip hop man as Prince of Persia.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why I didn't know what to come about first. Well, I thought you might be talking about another game jokingly. I feel like some of the time I was chat and whatnot happening.
Um, yeah, this is like if you look at the character design, even like I'm watching like video right now of the trailer. It looks kind of like a 2D platformer. They almost went back with like the old style Prince of Persia. And we're like, oh, Black Panther's popular, and just copied him and put him in here.
Looking at just a character design, but do you feel like from what I saw, great, but I thought it looked.
There is, if you pull up the trailer, there is at 39 seconds in the trailer, you see like 2D platformer. And then a lot of cutscenes, so I don't know if it jumps back and forth or what. Even at like 119, it's then like turns into like there's like a boss fight and it kind of looks like a fighting game. So yeah, I believe this is like a 2D scroller. But the demo for that one's coming out January 11th. If you guys want to go watch that one. Then we finally got gameplay of Hellblade 2, which I feel like I've been hearing about that game since the Series X launched. It looks way prettier than I thought it would. This game looks awesome. I'm excited. I mean, it's Game Pass. I'll probably check that out, play that. Then Matthew McConaughey took the stage to reveal Exodus, an RPG from ex-Bioware devs that looks like Mass Effect. It looks like they're like, oh, I like Mass Effect, and they're like, I like that. What's that Matthew McConaughey Christopher Nolan movie? I like Interstellar. I like Mass Effect. Let's make a movie. I mean, a game.
I feel like you're saying mockingly, but that sounds. He the he the main character. I was he. I was he.
I have no fucking idea why he was there. I just feel like it was just a tie over for Interstellar or something.
Because I thought he was saying he played the character, but then it's in the chat. Thought he was saying actually worked. But maybe those maybe there's one of his face there. I
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't get much of a feel for this game. I don't know. Did they announce a release date?
Well, it looks like here's a post on Reddit saying that yeah, he's in it. I don't know how truthful it is. I do not see um let me see. It's a third person sci-fi shooter.
It was weird to you didn't hear a single thing about in the next play, not play, but like gameplay. Pretty far along. I hope it actually has some talent behind it.
Yeah, I think I'm reading this article right now. This guy's kind of bitching on I don't know, Exodus, why don't you fill me in? And how does Matthew McConaughey feature in all of this? It'd be hilarious if he was just a celeb they paid to go out there.
I just watched.
Oh no, go ahead.
I just watched Prince of Persia audio or anything. I won't lie. I don't think it looks bad. I definitely don't think the character design's good, but not the biggest fan of those Persia games. I think if terrible.
All right, and then Sega announces the return of Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, and Streets of Rage, and plus more. So I know the previous episode that the audio didn't work out. We talked about like, what the fuck? What they better announce some crazy shit, and they definitely did. I'm surprised Golden Axe came back because that I didn't. I remember playing the demo back in the day, and I just recently picked up the 360 Golden Axe, but I know that did not go well, and it's considered one of the worst. One of the worst games.
Really said plus more and didn't.
Oh, sorry, and Crazy Taxi. Oh no, yeah, the article. Sega announces new Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Jet Set Radio. Yeah, they skipped over Crazy Taxi. Right. then Kojima Productions came out with his OD teaser, which was, I don't know, there wasn't much to it. It's very Kojima-like, but I'm excited because it's an Xbox horror game, and I think it's gonna be awesome. I can imagine Kojima doing horror, that level of detail in a horror game. Because I know the PT demo was insane. So I'm excited, and it being an exclusive Xbox. I think there's two Xbox announcements in here that I thought was awesome and makes me excited for the way Xbox is going, and that was one of them. I know they didn't show shit. There's weird faces and stuff, but
I'm with you. I don't have anything. I haven't given air shot just kind of game. Yeah, that's the one that was most. I'm not the biggest Jordan Peele fan. I think some of his stuff's interesting. Cool seeing him come out. He actually cared about it, not just like a celebrity thing. And
yeah.
I feel like, especially if he's working with somebody else, I feel like that do a really good job. Have message completely in there.
Also, if you go watch the old man in the trailer, he's got some gnarly nose hairs.
What are the chances of it possible?
I don't know.
It seems weird that horror, it's another 2-letter game. But sorry, crazy scene go to Xbox. Don't think he would take away something that's supposed to be on PlayStation. Like an urban legend game, not I don't think they would do that, but it just seems
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. I didn't ever made that connection. PTOD, 2 letters.
he likes doing. But it also could be getting it.
Makes sense. And then Jurassic Park Survival was nothing that kind of stood out to me. I'm surprised there hasn't been a horror game set in this world. Especially think back in that, like she does that iconic kitchen scene with the raptor coming in. Um, but yeah, so I think it'd be pretty good.
It can be
I think.
narrative creative.
I know it says upcoming single player action adventure. Usually those games are like multiplayer.
Hope it is. 'Cause I feel like there's actually been some really well reviewed Jurassic Park games.
Yeah, it's kind of wild too that they've never done that. I wish the fucking series would go back. The movie series would go back to more of a horror element to it. Um, yeah. Then the biggest announcement was fucking awesome. Was the Blade? That was the second Xbox exclusive I was talking about. I think it's gonna be an Xbox exclusive because people in other podcasts are talking about how it hasn't been retweeted by Twitter or Sony on X. So I think it's pretty good signs in being Arcane. Um, and them saying it's a third-person action game. I know the guy mentioned to you could play any style you want, any way you want, or whatever. Please do not fucking have the normal. Or they always say that. I feel like the Arcane game studios, and then the action is ass, and then the people that play survival or stealth games really like them. Um, but please, because when I think of Blade, I think of when he in the movies at least when he showed up, the vampires were like kind of shitting themselves because he was so fucking badass, and it makes you feel cool. I want to go in this game and I want to hack and slash and shoot the shit out of vampires. Um, I don't want to sneak around the vampires. Like that's not. I don't think Blade. I don't know about the comics. I don't know the comics, but the movies and the TV show, he never did that. It was quite the opposite. Like when he appeared, it was Like in the trailer, kind of leads that way too, right? Like he's getting shaved, and then clearly vampires are outside or something, and it's like no big deal to him. So I want this to be an action game. I want it to be super fucking gory, and I'm kind of excited too because I feel like the movies was the soundtrack, the music was so important, and it wasn't like they used famous songs. They would almost take songs and then kind of alter them, making like the electronic EDM shit. So I want that. Um, I don't understand why the barber didn't have a French accent. He was like, "Oh shit, turn this up." I'm like, what the fuck? I thought this was in Paris. Um, Also, why is Blade in Paris? I need answers for that. And I want like the politics of it. I don't want to be like, oh, the vampires are bad guys. I think the movies, when the movies talk about like what are they called, elders or something, the older vampires, the original
So I haven't
vampires.
seen it came out.
Um, I hope that'd be cool. I'd expect probably like an open world where you slowly liberate areas. That's probably what I expect they'd do. But yeah, I just want an action game, heavy gore. This cannot have a teen rating. This has to be M. Blood and guts. Blade is one of my favorite hero movies. I know I talked before about Punisher being one of my favorite Marvel movies, but Blade is easily number two. It's just such a great series. I even remember watching the TV show as a kid. I think it was on Spike. I think it was in middle school when that came out, and it wasn't as good, but I just love the character so much. I fucking sat through that show. It's kind of funny because if you go look up clips of that, Casey, the guy that plays Blade, I'd have to rewatch it, but I remember thinking like, why is Blade fat? He's kind of a chunky dude. It didn't make sense. Um, but yeah, man, I'm excited.
With you on all that. I am worried that they said it will be the arcane games. You know, I don't love arcane games. I mean, like you're saying, that it'll be kind of choose your own, not choose your own, how you attack things. And I'm guessing, yeah, probably open world. I know I say this often, I did, but I feel like there's not enough of this narrative driven, straightforward thing. I definitely prefer that. And I feel like arcane games traditionally very challenging. So I feel like I would prefer what you're saying as well, but I feel like it's probably gonna be some tactical thing to make sure you make the right move, otherwise survive. Because they emphasize pretty heavily that it'll be an arcane game. But I mean, to be fair, the last arcane game that had vampires went very well. So can't imagine this
Well,
will
that's
be bad.
Arcane Austin, though, right?
It,
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't make that connection. Um, yeah, man, it's got to be heavy gore action. Please, God, don't make this a fucking stealth game. Blade is not a stealth character,
do you think it'll
and
be
God, it has to be, man. It has to be heavy gore. Um, what else about Blade? But yeah, dude, I'm excited. I think two to be cool because you have Wesker and he could go and upgrade all your shit. That might be my favorite superhero girl. You talk about Spider-Man being your favorite. I'm pretty sure Blade is easily my favorite. Yeah, and that's kind of like his Alfred, right? Batman. And it'd be cool to go to him and like upgrade your shit, change out weapons, because he had a revolver. But
last
yeah, I'm
thing you
excited, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
or like watching?
Dude, that shit used to get me so jacked as a kid. You know, like, you're a kid and you're all hanging out like, oh, what should we play? I'd always fucking choose Blade. We're gonna play Blade. You guys are dumb vampires. I'm just gonna kill you over and over again. That was a game I played. The
Well,
stick is a knife, and you're a stupid vampire, and I'm gonna stab you with it and fucking machine gun your face.
I do think you're right. I heard on podcasts. Yeah, I'd be surprised if this.
It's their answer to Spider-Man.
Yeah, that and processing. Processing.
For sure, man. I'm just excited. That was probably my favorite thing from the Game Awards. Oh, that and the Deaf Girl video game.
I was bummed that not to spoil it, but goodbye volcano open for you.
I don't remember that.
We told it I think maybe 2 video game awards ago when they announced it. And, I mean, I didn't.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's all coming running back to me.
Yeah, it was probably the year before.
Yeah, that looks awful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is the last of the news, my good sir.
Hey, how do you feel about the show overall? Because during the stream, I said that I thought it was one of the best, if not the best I've ever. And I try and have my not based off of other, hear what they think. Doesn't mean some might be think differently. Because I've heard something. That's a good. Here's what you. I don't know if you've heard other people talk.
It had like nothing to do with the awards. I literally couldn't give a shit about the game of the year. I know people loved that game, but um, I don't know. I just like any other year. The trailers are my favorite part.
No, for sure. I do. In theory, I think the awards are entertaining. I think they're. I think he Jeff Teal clear their secondary with how much announcements are in there. So I judge them more off the announcement. I don't know. Maybe my expectations has gotten so low because all these shows, not E3, summer game, tapering off there. I've been underwhelmed on all of them. Way better than I thought it would be. Kind of surprised to see judges do it so negative.
Yeah, yeah. It just was nothing that too notable for me personally.
There was a few exciting announcements and stuff I wasn't interested. Pretty big announcements or surprises. See coming. The only other news I had was just announced more local news. Toward Gaming Expo, something we talked about on here multiple times. Just that 2024 it'll be November 2nd and 3rd, but at the Greater Columbus, full on Addict, especially
That's
because
awesome. You know
um,
that Expo operates at a loss. That hotel connected to it. Yeah, Columbus owns it. Columbus owns that hotel. It operates as a loss. I used to work with a guy. The guy I just filmed the commercial with. Um, he works there. He was telling me that.
yeah, I wonder. I was kind of shocked to see this because the guy that runs it said that you might have talked about how might be there some but if they do ways off like next level prices to what they do now. Crazy to hear him say that. Then the next year they announce it at the convention center. I don't know what.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if like ticket prices will go up.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they would have to. Hopefully, it won't. Packs kind of a bit of a jump. Then the last news, biggest news, Lost is returning to July 1st.
Like the old episodes.
It's been on. That's how first watch. Actually, and Netflix was actually a blockbuster DVD through the mail. It came on Netflix system after. You want to get to media pickups? all your stuff live yet?
No, that's a
No.
whole story. I'm about to piss my pants, so I'm gonna go pee real quick.
Okay.
I don't know if you have pickups or if you want to talk about Lost.
Lost is hot shit. I have no excuse. Well, starting July 1st, crazy day announced far ahead. Best show of all time. I don't have any media since. I guess I could talk about a pickup I have that's not just not, but not me. I finally got a Wrexham jersey. The only reason I bring it up here is because I don't have media pickups. Because I've talked about what Wrexham countless times. I've been trying to get a jersey after I started this show years ago now, and they sell out instantly, and it's in Wales, overseas, different currency, all this. They finally were in stock. I ordered one. Updates on the shipping, real sketchy, and I get to this country, and then it made it to the country, and I just put it around. Like, I got it. Beautiful. I love the documentary, but I also felt a connection to it. Documentary. They try to do the same on this crew. There's just a lot of things connected to me, not just that. I always say I don't know how to oversee. Generally feel that way. Those are the things that I enjoyed the doc. Those things sounds silly maybe to some people, but my last name comes from Wales. No, it's just made it cool. I also have never done those. I know the name generally. Cody.
Hey,
Hey, Cody. Did you
what
make
have
it?
you guys been talking about?
Nothing. It's private. Did you make it without peeing?
Yeah, what?
Did you make it without peeing yourself at all?
Yeah, I made it in there.
Hoping at least like a little dribble would come.
Yeah. But yeah, I figured I'd do pickups because GameStop. We talked about it last week, but uh, GameStop is like missing a big portion of my order that I did through them. So I was like, I'll just wait for that. But today I had to like report that the shit is lost and never arrived through GameStop. So they'll probably respond to me in about 6 months and tell me there's nothing they can do for me. Let's see. Let's check my emails. They responded at all? Nope. Does anyone even work at that company anymore? I feel like when I go in the stores, there's still no one in there. Oh, here we go. Oh, I do have an email. Cindy emailed me from GameStop. Let's read it together. I have no idea what Cindy said, but let's see.
Right.
Cindy G, December 11th, 2023, 2:13 p.m. Hello, Cody. I appreciate you bringing this to our attention and the information provided. At this point, I understand you're concerned. I've checked carefully your order. But I'm afraid that it was lost in transit. I've checked carefully your order. I know this is important. I request a replacement for the order from our prevention team under ticket whatever. I kindly
What
ask
is
for
it?
3 to 5 business days to see the credit in your original payment method. God damn it. So they're just refunding me.
Yeah.
Um, if you have any other questions, feel free to let us know. Best regards, Cindy G. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Cindy's got a quote at the end of her email. Quote, "It is something that grows over time. A true friendship." End quote from Legend of Zelda.
I hope time.
And then so yeah, they're pretty on it. Looks like they're gonna refund me. Been nice to fucking know that forever ago, so I could have ordered these things so I could play the big thing I bought. But yep, so there we go. Lives. Thank you, Cindy. Shouts out to Cindy. Gonna get some F's in the chat for Cindy. Getting lost in the mail. Awesome, GameStop. You know what's getting lost in the mail? Your fucking the viability of your company. Jesus, man, that place is a wreck. Biggest thing I bought was shouts out to Casey from Woot. I forgot Woot was a thing until you sent me that link. That was a throwback. I told Renee, I was like, yeah, it's coming from Woot. She's like, you could see like the Russia like memory. She's like, oh, my brother used to order from that. Yeah, that was a thing.
Really thing.
That's right. Bought a factory recertified PlayStation VR. This is the OG original. Try not to get my address on there. But yeah, look at the boxes that come in. The Sony repackaged ones. Kind of interesting. But yeah, refurbished from PlayStation, and then I picked up. Woot also had a deal on the PlayStation cameras. I think when it's done and over with, I'll probably spend $100 on getting this VR unit. One of the PlayStation Move controllers looks like a Hitachi vibrator. The women out there will know this. The two women that listen to this. And the
Hey, listen.
no, I just
Okay.
was. And then I'd also ordered from GameStop. So the stuff lost in the mail would have been another Hitachi vibrator. The Hasbro did the Black Series from the Republic Commandos. They did a droid and all of the Republic Commandos, and I've been wanting to buy them. And on Black Friday they had a sale on them, so I grabbed the two GameStop exclusive ones. One is now in the mail, missing supposedly, and then Callisto Protocol Day One Edition. It is now MIA. And then this was very fitting. This was weird. I bought this on Black Friday, so before the announcement. But I never buy any of the Marvel Legends stuff. I feel like that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down because you buy them and they come with a piece. If you guys know what Marvel Legends are, they come with a piece for a bigger action figure. So you have to buy all these like 7 action figures to complete the other action figure. It's very smart. But I picked up. They did a figure for Blade, and it looks fucking awesome. Um, Yeah, he looks so cool. He's got no guns. I don't know if that was a thing that Marvel's trying to erase, that this dude murks people. Hopefully, in the new movie, he has a shit ton of guns. But yeah, and if you like look at the figure, the Marvel Legends, I think they did one prior, but the newest one, he looks really good. But yeah, so that's not coming now. So sad. Um, and then the one that did come was the God damn it, what is this guy's name? Fixer. I think he's the medic or something from Republic Commando. Great game. And then I also picked up Bolt Gun digitally, which we talked about prior. And then from good old GameFly, that still exists, and they do get your shit to your house. Cindy. No, Cindy was great. That was super sweet of her. The Whale.
Have you seen?
So, no, so I got it. Yeah, I want to check it out. When I was a kid, I loved Brendan Fraser. He's probably my favorite actor as a kid. I don't know. I don't know what I would have said. Maybe Vin Diesel or something back when he was doing good movies. But yeah, I love Brendan Fraser. He had some good movies when we were kids. And this is like supposedly his return. Did he win an award from this or something? Oh yeah. So yeah, I wanted to check this out. I don't know. Is this A24, right? Yeah, A24. So, and it was really, really cheap. GameFly is a good place to go buy older media. NFS Unbound, Need for Speed Unbound. This game came out a year ago, a little over a year ago. I think it was $7. I've been really wanting to play this. I remember when it came out, I almost paid full price because it looks so good. Criterion, like it's the design of it, and I love arcade racers. And then we're going down the Borderlands realm. New Tales from Borderlands Deluxe Edition. And when GameFly sends you this shit, they literally, when they get them, they cut them open, and they mail it to a couple people's houses, and then you buy it for way cheaper. It's so minty.
Did you just want that one per? You're not a telltale.
Uh, I feel like I only played Minecraft, and I liked it. It wasn't bad. It's just a TV show. You're not doing much. And then just because when this was announced, I was kind of interested, just because I love the series, and then this year took a complete shit. When it released this year, it was not highly regarded. There's a couple games that come out since that people are saying it's the worst of the year, but this was up there. It was Lord of the Rings Golem. It's only $7, and I think Lord of the Rings is some of the best licensed video games out there. So it's funny that like you get the Lord of the Rings license, you make a fucking game about Golem. Unless that was the thing. Like what?
Which is a great idea.
Um, he's easily my least favorite thing about Lord of the Rings. You did that with Jar Jar Binks too. I was like, I fucking hate Jar Jar Binks, and you were like, oh, he's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Smeagol for thing.
Oh my god. Dude, his scenes with Gollum, I'm like, come on, get through it, get back to the fights, get back to the battles.
Yeah, when I heard about that game, I was like, fuck yeah, no one, not even when the first stars. The fuck is it?
And then from GameStop, mind you, this is new. This was supposed to be a new product from GameStop. Alan Wake Remastered. Do you see this? It's not sealed. They put a little tape there, but it was also came to me cut, mind you. It was already cut.
On
There's
sale.
stickers on. I don't know if you can see, but this case is so scratched up. This is so far from new. There's like 1,000 stickers on this one. It's a let me look at the. I feel like I saw some scratches on the disc too. It's wild. The game started to be like, oh, it was our shelf game. Yeah, it looks fine, but
I can't remember what episode. Arkham game. Like the stamps all over.
oh yeah,
So that stickers. Like,
yeah, for sure. And it is so scuffed up. This thing is not new. And let me see. Is there any more from GameStop? That's all the GameStop shit. Then I picked this up from Amazon. I had a buddy that had been recommending me this. He said it's like Pokemon for Xbox. It is was it Monster Crown? We wanted to play it and it got pretty cheap on Amazon. So yeah, it was kind of nice too. Like this year I could be strategic about it since it was all online. That it was like games I've been wanting, and then when they go on sale, I'll grab them. Monster Crown's been one on my list for a minute, and it's actually new. This is new, GameStop. Cindy, or if you're out there, Cindy, honey, this is new. This is used. Okay, open it there. I'm mansplaining this to you, Cindy. Okay, I would
girls
get
don't
fired
know
at
about
Bungie for doing. Yeah. I know you play Zelda. I saw your quote, Cindy. But imagine, Cindy, you bought Zelda, and it said new, and it came to you like this. People that listen to this podcast will think I'm the most bitter, evil person. I swear, this is for jokes. That shit doesn't bother me as long as the disc is fine and it's actually complete. And then I think the rest of this was actually in person at Black Friday. I picked up Dead Island 2. Or did we already do these?
No, we talked about
Black Friday?
you talked about how you
Um,
go over it.
yeah, Dead Island.
No,
The
that one
gore
for sure.
physics.
That feel, that's when you.
Let's see, Dead Island 2. Let's see what it's currently going for, because this was $30 at Black Friday. And the fucking gore on this game. Me and my friend Andrew, we sat on Discord and watched. We did a watch together, a YouTube video of some guy breaking down the gore, and he would show like the different effects of it. And that sold me on the game because I didn't like the other games I played in the series. But that dude's like 40-minute or 40-long-minute video was enough to get me going. Let me see what it's for an image, because you're talking about getting it, right?
Looking at
Let's
that, I'll
see.
say one thing
Jesus
I forgot to
Christ.
say last I heard about Dead Island. I was a fan of it. Like I know there's no world I love. I will say, funny saying it's disappointment. I actually loved playing it, but at the same time, I was very let down. You remember the announcement trailer for Dead Island? One of the
Mm-hmm.
best trailers I've ever seen. Looks like it was like so narrative heavy and emotional. Then the game couldn't have been any more opposite of that. Just like do us over the top, killing zombies. No real plot to it. Even though I like it, it was definitely it's a weird mixture of like one of my biggest letdowns while still enjoying it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, people loved that fucking trailer.
And then you play the real game and it starts up a zombie rap, which again I love, but just contrast between the two.
Trying to find Dead Island 2 here for you on the Xbox. And I'm glad I picked this up when I did. It's on Amazon, right? Let me let me go read you because this is the day one edition. So, day one edition. I almost said Dying Light again. There's no way this is Xbox. The print run on fucking Xbox stuff must be wild. This is the last copy they had there that day. Okay. Is this the day one edition? I swear to God, I saw it for $200 and some.
A lot
Because
looking good.
Amazon. Okay, so that must have been just the off the hand thing. It's on Amazon for 60. And then Jesus, on eBay it's still going for like 40 used and stuff. There's a few cheaper ones or sealed ones that have gone for around 50. Well, I'm glad I picked this up then for $30. But yeah, the gore sold me on it.
It's fair.
And the last Resident Evil I'm missing for the Xbox. This came out this year. I also picked this up for 30. It's RE4. Hear that? Do you hear this in there?
Too.
It's probably good for the disc, right?
The nice part about current console, I fucking hate the lack of space and everything. Is it unless the disc is cracked, it pretty much waste because them to do it.
Yeah. And then Blu-ray discs are pretty invincible too, if they are reading them. And then I'm excited about RE4, man. That was a cool find. I think so far this has been my favorite Resident Evil. RE2 was a fantastic remake, so I'm just excited to play this. And then the other three are movies. I picked up on 4K Heat. I want to watch this because I watched like a soldier or some shit break down the scene and like claim that it's like the most accurate, realistic shootout that he could think of. And I swear I've heard like police officers or soldiers and stuff talk about actual real shootouts and then say like he did it the best. Was the most, which is kind of funny because you don't expect that. You expect from like a war movie or something. But I forget. I don't know. I'm just excited to see it. There's like a shit ton of um, commentaries and stuff I want to check out on it. I've never seen the movie, and I hear it's a really good movie. And just the names in this: Val Kilmer, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. It's wild, but on 4K. Then the new Evil Dead Rise with the slipcover. I haven't seen this yet. I hear this is like one of the worst ones in the series, though, which is not saying much because I'd like all of them. My friend Andrew likes all of them a lot, and he said this is the worst one, but it's not bad.
I remember the trailer looking terrible.
It was it was this lady in the middle and her two kids, and she would like slowly like. It was real gory and stuff. And then I picked up the Steelbook. I think this is the last one I needed on 4K too. Army of Darkness. So Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, Steelbook. I have the other ones in Steelbook form, and then I think I have the series collector's edition, I believe. Damn, that makes me wonder now. But yeah, and then I picked up one more thing, which, mind you, this was delivered to me in a fucking shoebox. I bought it on eBay. I'd never. It was a new seller that had absolutely no reviews, so I was a little nervous. But I was like, hey, eBay takes care of the buyers, so don't ever be nervous about buying shit on there. It will arrive, and if it's fucked up, eBay will. Even if it says no returns on there, if you file an item not as described, it has to be returned. So, let me make sure I have this Evil Dead. Just out of curiosity, Evil Dead.
I know you don't really stream, but I feel like you should really stream it.
Okay. There it is. I've wanted this for a minute. You probably could see it on there, but it's the Halo 3 Xbox 360. When these came out, I wanted it so bad. But yeah, he sent this in a fucking shoebox. And you know that the paper people use for gifts? That's what he wrapped around it. Somehow it definitely wrote broken. The hard drive is all fucked up, and the disk tray doesn't work anymore. And this memory card thing got fucked up in the delivery thing because he just wrapped it in there. So I messaged the guy, and he immediately was like really sorry about it. And it's like, dude, post office are not nice to items, so you cannot just put a loose Xbox in a. He put it in a shoebox and then duct taped the shoebox shut. I felt like I don't know, like a like the Unabomber had just mailed me something.
Funny because you did the trick of trying to overheat the cow around.
Yeah. So, um, hopefully you do not need this OBS audio because I just realized, is it? What is it? Okay, no, it's filming over there. Okay, we're good. But yeah, so I picked that up, man. I've been wanting that for a while. And so after his discount, and I had like a little promotional thing through PayPal, I think this was like $30. It's pretty good because these do not sell for less than like broken. Broken ones still sell for like $80, $70. Um, not many of these are left working too, mind you. But yeah, the only thing it was missing was the controller. It has the hard drive, Halo 3 hard drive. But yeah, been wanting that for a while, and you drink my game fuel.
You'll have
Yeah,
some.
that's yeah, oh yeah. I haven't tried it yet. I still have all my bottles I bought.
You haven't even tried it at all?
Nope. Nope.
Are you
I figured when
gonna?
you
Or
come
you just
over, I figured when you came over, we'd try it. But yep, that is all my Black Friday purchases with all this. That is it.
what have you been playing?
So you had no pickups?
No, I had a jersey pickup that I talked about.
What was your jersey pickup?
It was a Wrexham jersey.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But yeah, so I the guy I was telling you about, the one on the rant with TSA, him and his brothers, I played airsoft with them growing up. They get balls to the wall and Sea of Thieves, and I always feel like I play that wrong. So I was like, let me play with these dudes that have played day one and played the fuck out of it. Like they have so much money now. When he was playing, he had so much money in the game. When we were playing, he was just not even caring about the loot. Like the shit you run back, he just wanted to run through and do the things with me. And when we played Casey, we would have like one chest, a skull, then we'd run it back real quick. When I tell you this fucking boat deck was just filled with those things.
People are into that.
Oh yeah, yeah. And he was like, he knew about all the updates. Like, oh yeah, this new update, we can do this, and it was like some little thing, like quality of life things. I did see they did update it. You can play without people in your games now. Like private worlds. The game's definitely a lot more fun when you know what the hell you're doing. Like I was just telling, I was like, dude, this game felt so fucking slow, but I really wasn't playing. Like it's so weird. Like the little shit in it, like running individual things to people. Like he said, sometimes they would do a. They did. There's raids in there now. He did a raid, and he said it took him 30 minutes to turn in all of the loot they had gotten from the raid. And he said it was like 4 times the amount of the loot ice. It was the most loot I've ever seen in the game. And he said the raids would be like 4 times this amount. There should be an easier way. You should be able to pull up to a dock and then just hit a button. I get why they do it is because they want you to have that suspense of running shit back and forth. Well, anybody could appear at any time and fuck with your shit. And I just played. He said we were doing like easy stuff too because it's just him and I. Because his other brothers had shit to do. Very successful family, dude. Jesus Christ, they all joined the. Most of the kids I played airsoft with joined the military and stuff. But they all joined the Air Force and have crazy jobs in the Air Force. Like one's in the he's not in Air Force anymore. He's in SpaceX. I gotta be honest with you, Casey. I thought we were all kind of retarded idiots. Like we were all dumb, like class clowns, and it's really cool to like talk to these kids now. Like there's these two twins I specifically think about. And they both joined the fucking Air Force, and one of them is in SpaceX now. And then the other kid that I played airsoft with, he's fucking flying F-35s. He's the Sea of Thieves kid, one of the Sea of Thieves kid. I was like, damn, dude, that's cool. Like, what do you do now? I'm like, fucking, fucking hanging out playing Nintendo. I'm a third shift security guard. Uh, technically asset protection. Um, but yeah, so that was fun playing Sea of Thieves, and that's really all I've gotten into. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
You did play a little bit of something else. Can you play out?
Oh yeah.
Got to what I think last part. Play again. But we
Should be able to beat it tonight.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Assuming that's. Besides that, I guess I did buy this, but I did buy Christmas game that's on Xbox, and you're a Santa that is guided by tells you to go kill people, and you gotta sneak to the house to kill them. And it's like PS1 style graphics, and I streamed the whole game. It's pretty fucking entertaining. Colors.
Do you think it was rightfully banned?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely over the top and ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think so. I mean, I think if it was like, yeah, I don't think anything should be banned like that. But as far as like what you'd expect in a band, I wouldn't be shocked if it was banned if it was like top tier graphics. You could really tell what's happening, but I mean it's comical because it's like graphics, so
Yeah.
disgusting act, almost silly because it's ridiculous, but a lot of fun. I want to spoil it. If you want to know, there's some things I didn't like about it near the end of the game. Watch the stream, but I don't want. Pretty
Check it
fun.
out.
Play some more Halo Infinite. Finish the operation going on right now. There's 7 days that are starting up. They also added Kill Firefight. Only played 2. Played a little MC. Quite a while because it's good. But kind of that learning curve again. Go back to when the controls are different. But then going back to Infinite screws you up. So hard going back and forth. Played a little bit of Mario Sunshine, but it was on the way to Clifton Mill with my niece and nephew there, so pretty much pointless. I didn't make any progress in that. Um, and right before we got on here, we got to get on a little later, so I tried Fortnite update. I haven't done the one yet. As cool as I think that have Lego in. I was hoping it was just like skin over it, and like, I think
Hmm.
that made the build by brick or doing build mode and just having Legos. I heard it's more, and I thought it might be after seeing the trailer on boards. Or it's more like a Minecraft mode, which you out Krista down on that quite a bit. But I did tried out the rock band equivalent on there, harmonic. It's weird. It is like I said, it's just tabs down at the bottom. It's weird though. Totally different game. It's a different lobby that has actually licensed songs in there, songs mixed in there. But then you pick your songs and you go on and play them, and it's a track that comes down. It is just controller based, like I thought it would be. Out of fun away, and you can pick guitar, bass, drums, vocals. I only play 2 songs, but weird because no matter what instrument you're playing, you're still just playing the same note patterns, even vocals. I was like, wait, they at least like recognize, but you play vocals by hitting the notes on the board. Unless I didn't see it, I feel like you can only play alone. So maybe you can invite somebody in and play that way. And it would be idiotic if you couldn't, because that's what I was playing with people.
Yeah.
But even if you can play with people, it seems like I would just invite you, play guitar, I'd play drum, or the same instrument essentially in this. Um, I think the real missed opportunity, or it isn't. It, I think for one, I can't believe there's not any kind of competitive mode like a match or something.
Uh huh.
But I think the coolest thing would have been a battle royale of that. Of guys you're hitting drop out, and then how many people are left. Uh, very basic. It's a game inside a free game inside of a free. That's what it's about, but could have done way more with it. Seems like something that's going to be permanent, or at least I'm up. No, I was right about just core based. Harmonic can find it fix next,
That's
which
cool.
I think will be way better. I don't know how that works. They're gonna have to have that like adapter to make it work in the. Be interesting. Curious to try the Rocket League, and like I said, I've been interested in a lot of these different red versus blue and like the giant team death match. But we always just do the build, and I like that. I think probably the best build. But I just messed around, tried a couple different. I saw there's a Home Alone one in there. It's what do you call that mode? I never. It was in Call of Duty where hide inside item.
Oh, prop hunt,
It was
which
essentially
I
that.
think was prop hunt was its own thing too, and then Call of Duty just blatantly copied it.
I think it's a great idea. Um, I think that mode's fucking hilarious and a lot of fun. That's what Home Alone's is, which seems odd to all the things you could have done with Home Alone, but that seemed pretty. I feel like we should make a wild game. I mean,
Yeah, I'm down. I would try those big team battles. They don't because it never really ends. It's weird. You like spawn in and then you just go out there and kill each other and just see how long you can.
yeah, it does seem like probably to try and that's all I've been playing and watching.
I finished the Squid Games reality show. It was really good. Really good ending to it. Um, yeah, I would probably say watch Squid Games before you watch this because I feel like it had a lot more meaning.
Good game all on Fortnite.
Really, that'd be cool. That'd be perfect. Oh no, that's the only thing I've been watching.
Movies that I mentioned saw The Hunger Games. Way too long of a name. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Ballad of Gay Tony.
Right. The book I mentioned. I thought it was good. I definitely liked the. I don't know if I just don't books well, even if I'm listening or what. Because for one, unless the books were totally different, which I feel like they were, but I felt like the Hunger Games quality in me. But none of these characters are really inter. Some are this, but they looked me in the movie. What didn't? Where I really wonder, oh, books well, is I thought I understood the book and I thought I knew what happened. And I don't doesn't really make sense. But this seeing the movies that follow it,
Uh huh.
curious if I just follow books that poorly. I don't even remember the book ending the movie. I don't think the movie was bad. I worried our friends saw it and shooked when it ended. When it ended, I was not shook as it in that sense. It's not bad, but
What's I'm curious how that's doing. Was it busy?
no, there's a handful of people there. We went all time we but now I don't know. I like probably did well, but compared to Hunger,
Let's see the top 2023. It is at number 19 with 135 million.
or
Yeah.
like
Opening was 44 million.
I had to expect.
Wonder how much this cost to make. International 258 worldwide. Let's see what the budget was on something like that. Hopefully it wasn't crazy. It was 100 million budget. It's disgusting that 100 million is like, oh, that's good, but yeah, so they've clearly already made their money on it. That's smart. I think the top movie in America is for the year so far.
Avatar was last year.
No, it was this year.
Avatar.
No, Avatar was number 7. 684. Number 1. Are you ready? You want me to just tell you?
I mean,
Let's go, Barbie. The Mario Bros, Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Oppenheimer, The Little Mermaid, and then Avatar. Isn't it weird? Like I feel like we were so in the know.
I could have entirely. Here's another one you can look up. As the other movie went seen it, Killer Wreck.
$40.
It's a yearly a tradition we started last year. The a B movie, the showings. try and do every year. The only thing I watched, been watching. We finished our weekly show, which was Gen V. After finishing, I'll try and sit. I definitely think The Boys is just way higher quality. The thing I realized as something big missing. Boys is obviously so heavily satire and parody, social issues and politics. Might turn some people off, but I think they're so clever and funny how they do it. Not clever in the way they're like, oh man, I didn't even know they're doing that. You know what they're doing about because whatever the way they do it, that you're not right in the front. This show seems so obvious that The Boys is doing that, but they make me forget it because it's acted clever. This is, I think, passable to good acting. Are best, and they're trying my best not to. They're clearly the spin-off, so they're clearly trying. Yes, maybe good, but I think that's all I've been. You've been listening or
No.
either this weekend. Yeah, here soon and see. Listen to books a little.
Kind of funny listening to my pickups and then, all right, what'd you play? Sea of Thieves yesterday for a few hours. What'd you watch? This fucking Netflix show. What'd you read? Nothing.
Hey, that's our podcast.
Hell yeah.
All right. Anything you want to say before we get
No?
Outriders and
Oh, I got something to say.
yeah, please.
I got something to say. Just everybody keep in your prayers. Bungie, I don't know how those workers are doing it right now. People talk about, coal miners and, just the police officers, EMT, dealing with car accidents and fire departments. But I really think right now we need to be focused on Bungie. I mean, brain surgeons, Bungie. But just keep them in your prayers, dude. I don't know how they're doing it.
Talk about how uh, Evan
I saw that.
had his
Saw that.
got $1 billion for 10 years. Yeah, making as much in money. Always making more money now. Not by like
At what point do they just tell the MLB teams to just? Because I don't understand baseball, like how they operate with no caps.
no cap,
What?
no cap.
No cap, dude. FRFR, brother.
Terrible that terrible saying. Real phrase. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm a Reds fan, but I'm the first one to make fun of it. But that's not even just the Reds being. There's 7 other teams, so we're gonna all their players be making less money.
Be fun when these other players are expecting those same contracts. They just ruin it for everybody else. Remember when Joey Votto was like the most highest paid?
That looks laughable. It is.
Yeah, Joey Votto looks broke. Joey Votto, you should be like a piece of shit, dude.
I don't know if you follow Joey Votto on it. I feel like you should. He's real fucking weak. On Instagram, he'll share stuff you expect, like red stuff. Then he consistently posts stuff that I don't even like he's talking about. Kind of like
Really?
yeah, it's kind of like Adam, our old friend Adam. he posted the other day, and it was just a video kind of like his, where it wasn't a very good angle. The video cut off, and it was cement pouring into a sidewalk, building it. Said delicious soup, and then the video just ended. What the fuck
I
does that
love
mean?
it. I love it. Let's. uh, he's got the largest contract in club history with 225 million. He's a fucking broke bastard. Fucking see you at the soup. Speaking of delicious soup, you're gonna be at the soup line, brother. You better see that concrete company will hire you.
Imagine, especially Otani, what a risk that is. I know he's a sort of like a general, but putting that much money into anything, somebody that plays both positions, bad pitch, or somebody hits him and figures out $700 million. Crazy.
Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy if the Browns did something similar? Hey, at least he's more vetted, right? Let's keep him out of the massage parlors.
Yeah, I was gonna say as much as persons.
I saw someone breaking down his contract too, how much he's making a second. It was nutty.
Oh god. Anything else?
Nope.
Right. Well, as always, you can send corrections question. Oh, or no, that's not it. You can send anything else to currentbackloggers at Columbus Crew. Third time. Two other teams have done that. John Garber.